Lacey Everett here with the Minds in Motion dance series. If this video impacts you, it's most likely going to impact a lot of other people. So send it their way. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Today's guest is Chani Bell, who is a former Los Angeles Laker girl who was on the team with me. And now she is represented by one of the top dance agencies, MSA Agency. Chani's going to talk to us about her mental preparation before games and how she kept her energy level up during the entire game to perform at her optimal level. Chani is also going to give us freestyling tips for those of you dancers who struggle with improvisation, cruise ship dance auditions, and how to improve dancing skills. So here we go. Woo. Hi, Chani.
Hi. How are you doing, Lacey?
I'm good. I'm so happy to see you. Remember our moments together behind the scenes in the dressing rooms before games and just getting all hyped together.
Games. Pump each other up.
So I'm curious, can you talk about your mental preparation, Chani? What you would do to get ready for the games?
Well, definitely I needed to distract myself with other people. So thank goodness for you and Jessica and some of the other girls too. Everybody was pretty much hyping each other, but it is a mental thing you have to go through for a second, just saying you deserve this, you're amazing, you worked for this, go for it, have fun. But I definitely distract myself with people and conversations and doing fun things. But I do have a mental self note that I tried to do right before we go out. But that's it.
That's nice. That's nice, positive self-talk you have going, and then using the others' energies to
Exactly. It's all in one.
And so, how did you stay energized during the games? Because they're long and it's hard, and you have to be on the entire time.
Again, to be honest, I am somebody who is really based off of energy around me. And if I have good energy around me, I'm going to be pumped no matter what. And most of the time with the fans, if there was some really great fans around us, that was enough energy. But it would come off from the team. And anytime we did dance, it would just wind us up for the next little bit. And then, you do a dance again and you're like, whoa, I'm pumped again. And then you sit down and you kind of so it keeps it up and down. It's a nice up and down. But during the games, I definitely had some coffee. I did have some coffee as well.
Okay. All right. Whatever helps you. So it sounds like you're really based off of the energy of people, and that really helps you. And that environment was very high energy. So I'm sure that helps you a lot to stay energized and perform to your.
Center is such a place that has had so many amazing things go on in it. And there is such an energy right when you pass through the door. It's crazy. We know.
We know. It is. It's a unique type of energy, very special. Can you give the dancers who are watching your best dance tips or how to improve dancing skills?
I would say I know a lot of people wouldn't, but yoga is amazing. I just need that as a dancer to very much connect myself back to my core and stability and awareness of just myself. I think it's just a very selfish time for me, because all you're doing is focusing on like what feels good, what feels right. You're stretching, you're moving. There's still a connection to your mind and body that is so important. And you're stretching, you're letting stuff go, things that come up, like when you're doing hip openers and stuff like that. You kind of address them and then you let it go and you have a meditation at the end. So it's just such a unique experience. And there's a bunch on like bunch of yoga YouTube videos, and I'll just do some of those before I go to bed or wake up doing some of that stuff, because yoga in that meditation is really, really important for me. Um, and that's what I do first thing in the morning. And then I do improv for a little bit first thing in the morning. But
Wow, Chani.
yeah.
Yes, it sounds like it helps you a lot. And speaking of improv, I wanted to ask you
Yes.
about your freestyle tips, because I see you doing your freestyling and you just are so good at it and so effortless. And I know a lot of dancers struggle with that, with improvisation.
I say be in a state of mind where you're not judging yourself. It's not about judgment. It's about feeling good. Like make yourself a playlist of music that just makes you feel good. And then just have that playlist going, maybe in front of a mirror, maybe just in a space that's like big enough for you to move in, and just like feeling good to the music that makes you feel good. That's all I do. It's very simple for me. Like there's no real trick about it. I just get in a nice state of mind, which usually is the morning. I wake up and I'm like, ooh, the day, things, love this music. This is so wonderful. And then I start moving and it becomes more organic, of like I just organically having a good time instead of being like, I'm improving now. This is what I'm doing. I set 30 minutes to improv. Like you can't make it like that. You have to make it an organic experience.
Yes. Okay. So, in order to make it authentic and in order to be good at it, just hone in on your true self and be real, get a good playlist and do it so you feel good instead of I'm a robot, I'm going to improv.
Yeah. And feeling like you need to do something when it doesn't have to be that way in any sort of sense. Like dance should never be, oh, I have to do this now. It's like, no, I feel like doing this now. My body feels like it needs this right now. Like feeling that I'm going off of emotions is better than just feeling like you have to do it. And we all know that feeling by now, that this whole year has shown we don't have to do anything. Like the things that are needed and necessary, those are necessary, but everything else needs to be appreciated and be more of a positive thing, because you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. You should just want to do it and be natural at it. You know?
Yes. Yes. Woo! Thank you for saying that. I also wanted to talk about cruise ship dance auditions because you did that.
I did that a few years ago. It's like 6 years ago now. And I did it in New York, actually. That was one of the auditions I did in New York, which surprisingly, because I had to dance and sing, we first started off with singing, and then we did our dance portion just to dictate which one of us we were going to be, either a singer dancer or a dancer singer. And um, so I think that was like the first real like singing audition I did, which is very nerve-wracking as a dancer, because you're like, I think this sounds right. I think this is good. And I did chorus and stuff, but it wasn't, you're never prepared enough. So I do recommend dancers going to, if it's a singing dancing audition, go to like just a vocal coach for maybe like a couple sessions, so but uh, then the dance portion was really, really fun, honestly. It just was like more of the theatrical, exactly what you would expect from New York. I think being
Okay.
LA, not from LA, but dancing in LA for the past few years. Everything is a certain kind of thing. And then in New York, there's just some like old stuff. And it's so much more different. But we had a small cast. It was a cast of 4 dancers, singers, and a cast of 4 singer dancers. And we got along really well. That was like one of my favorite jobs, but I won't lie, people get very much a part of the cruise world and they never really stop. So I was just somebody who was like, I don't want to be a part of that train, which there's nothing wrong with it. They make some great money. It is a good time. You don't have to pay for your room and board, and you get food. It's a great thing. If you want to save money and like do a job, I recommend cruise ships when they're back open, if they're back open. But it was one of my favorite contracts. It was one of my favorite casts up to date. Like they were just so amazing. So it was great. And the audition was wonderful.
Nice. Even when you're talking about it, Chani, you're lighting up.
And all over a great experience. And it's just like a different world on a cruise ship. It's like a little mini city, like a very mini city, but it's cute. It's good time. And free food.
Free food.
Free food. Do I need to say more?
I know you had me at that.
And a free gym and pools, but you don't want to go to the pools. They're saltwater, but there's fine. Anyways.
Well, that was really helpful. That was really helpful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Chani, for joining us and sharing your words of wisdom. This was wonderful.
Thank you, Lacey. I miss you. So much fun. Everybody improv.
Everybody improv. 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hit a pose. Ooh.
All right. Bye, Chani.
Bye.